Hello, parents. It's another week, and looking forward to interacting with your kids this week and helping them out to coach them along this week's assignments. Now, if you're doing the packet, and that's fine. I am very supportive of that. Just make sure your kids, if you can, encourage your kids to read and write in Spanish. That just to keep their language up, because the packet, I think, if I'm not mistaken, does not have Spanish material. But these are things that I put in Google Classroom, and I want to go over them with you, so that you can be familiar and have conversations with your kids about what they're looking at. Okay, we'll start with the Spanish verbs, and there's 5 things. Really, it's 4 things and then PE, but I'll start with this. Okay, this is the past perfect in Spanish, and el pretérito pluscuamperfecto. Yeah, that's a mouthful. There's the descriptions. Now there's the sheet I make that helps them out. These are a couple of videos. This is a video that describes the past perfect in Spanish. This is a video about past participles. These are 2 sites right here that actually also have explanations, so they can look at those and refer to those. And once they get the hang of it, it's pretty slam dunk. Then they can use the quizzes in those and to kind of see if they're on the right track and say, hey, can I use this as I'm writing? Do I understand this? Now, I've added a new element this week, and it's a quick Google form just to as an informal quiz. I hope they don't get stressed out about this, but it's just a little informal quiz to say, hey, do I get it? And it lets me kind of know, did they kind of get it? And I'm not grading them necessarily on it. Just wanted to get an idea of what if they got it that concept. They can see the results of this after they finish it. All right, that's the Spanish verbs. Again, if you have any questions on this, I'm more than happy to answer any questions. Let's go to the next one. Now, this week's a special week. We have Earth Day on Wednesday, April 22nd. And so this week we are continuing alternative energy or renewable energy. And I'm over here. I'll pull up science. And here we are. We're learning about renewable energy resources. And here we go. And here is an activity, and they can print this out or just trace it on a different piece of paper, and little trading cards for them to do. Some neat videos with examples of each one. And this week I have them all in Spanish here. Yay! And a little tour of different things in my house that are examples of our alternative energy. And here's a little a Google form quiz that gives me an idea if they understand the benefits of each one. All right. That brings us actually into writing. Now, these past 2 weeks, we have been writing related to alternative energy, renewable energy. And we are going to continue that, but this week it's not an essay, it's a narrative, a story. And so here we are. And that is on the theme or tema of renewable energy. And I'm pulling this up right here. And there we are. There is the page with the instructions, which I think is pretty clear. And this is a nice little tutorial a teacher made, just reviewing realistic fiction writing. And it's a nice. I like it a lot. And you can watch them in order. There's 6 episodes here, and even goes through editing and not editing, but revising. All right, here are the 3 articles that they should weave into their story if possible. It's possible. And this is an organizer. This is something that we have not used electronically. We've done it all on paper. But if they want to use it, that's fine. If they don't, they can use it on paper. It's fine. They know about this. But this is all, once it loads up, this will all be very familiar to them. All right, there we go. And they should be very familiar with this. Okay. Okay, returning back here, this is where they will actually type their essay. Now, if you want them to write it on paper, that's totally fine. If you would just have them take a picture and send it to me, they have email, and so they can take a picture with their Chromebook and send it to me. Otherwise, they can type it in here and then press submit. Same thing with the organizer, whether they use it or not. Have them please press submit. They will have a button here that says turn in. All right, turning here. This is a quick little checklist, or and if my internet weren't working faster, this would pull up. Okay, it's a little. They have a little checklist of things. Did they do certain things? There it goes. As they revised and edited their fictional narrative. Okay, all right. That's for writing. Now the last subject, sorry, there's of course PE, and there is a little quiz, not a quiz, but a little, yeah, it's kind of a quiz. Just ask them what they did for PE. But going back to the beginning, social studies, and this is about learning about the creation of state governments and westward movement into some territories west of the original colonies. And they will do those workbook. They have the workbooks. These are some brief videos that support the material in the workbooks. And then they have Liberty Kids, continuing the saga of Liberty Kids and about the American Revolution. So very fun. And a few things, and of course, and if you didn't notice, there is a Google form here for them to fill out after they finish that too. All right, and then there's PE. And it pretty much just has the physical education resources page, and then I just asked them in the Google form to tell me some of the activities they did. Okay, going back to the beginning. Now there's an assignment in here that they may want to go ahead and start doing. That's fine, they can do it, but it's not really due. It's not due till the following week. I just have it in there already. Due May 1st. There you go. All right, a few notes. I'm going to go ahead and jump to actually 4th grade. And it doesn't matter if you're in green group or blue group. It is 5th grade. 5 is the same material, but grade 4 does have a couple of things different. They are grade 4. You guys are learning about fossil fuels, and I have some resources here, and the activity for them to complete, which is right here, which they'll put into their cuaderno de ciencias, and then they'll have here a little Google form kind of quiz, but again, no stress. Just it's usually just filling out what they learned from the activity. And then this is for social studies. 4th grade has it different, and this is about how the reputation or the of California has been developed over time, and who are some major actors in that. There's other ones, but I didn't find very good, or maybe just not brief enough videos about them. But very cool, and a little Google form there. So every assignment, all 5 areas have a Google form, like a quiz or a survey, whatever it is, just to kind of show me, hey, did you guys understand it? All right, a few notes here. If you are not getting the weekly summaries or the regular summaries from Google Classroom, please let me know. Email me or send me your email address, and I will try to resend that. It may be that you already have it. I added everybody to it. It allows you to see what they've turned in or not. Now, kids may be turning things in technically, but not completing them. I've got a couple examples of kids who are just marking turn in, and there's nothing done. So Having a good conversation with your kids, like, hey, what do you guys do this week? Or what are you guys doing this week? And show me your assignments, and just a quick couple minutes there, and just kind of show me what you turned in. That way they can have some accountability from you on your end. If you are able to be at home, that is great. I know that not everyone can be. But if you are at home, I do have a tip that is, I think, is good, and just have them do their work on a Chromebook in a main room, or in the kitchen or dining room, or somewhere where you can see. It's easy for kids to get off task. Not all kids, of course. Some kids are very diligent, and but if you have them close by you, it usually helps. And let's see. Have kids read. Have them keep reading in Spanish. There's a lot of audiobooks and Spanish materials available online, if you are able to do so. Actually, there's a lot of material online. One thing I do recommend is that have your kids write down what's going on, in a journal in their lives. We're in the middle of history. I mean, this is history in the making. And so have your kids write down what they're feeling, what they're going through, what's going on in the world. I mean, even, appropriately, at their levels. And I think this would be a good time for that activity. All right. Again, I'm always available. Class Dojo and Remind and email are really the best ways to get in touch with me. I get notifications when you send me messages through here. If you send them to me through Google Classroom, they honestly, I don't get notifications, and they can be tucked in here and instead of an assignment, and I may not see it very, very quickly. But that's about it. We'll be in touch. I'll be setting up Google Meet meetings with the kids on Monday to go over some of the things with the kids. And so be ready for that. And I will actually be trying to set up appointments with kids during the week as well. All right. I'm here to help, and I hope this video has been helpful with this. Again, I hope all is well with you and your family, and I hope the kids are able to get through this and are okay. And so I am going to sign off, and I look forward to hearing from you during the week and from your kids. All right.